Hello everyone, True Zero Emissions. We're back here a few seconds later after stopping the last video, and I'm just recording short video clips sharing my daily journal with you, which is True Zero Emissions, my daily journal. Sharing thoughts about energy, efficiency, and I was starting to talk in the last video about what I was seeing in the world, right? Now, how strange is it that we don't have all of our combustion engines running at stoichiometry, which is equal balanced complete burn? Very strange. You know, we have these air-to-fuel ratios of like, we call 25 to 1, which is 25 parts air to 1 part fuel. We call that lean. Like I had a Honda Insight that was considered a lean burn, right? But then you talk to a company like Motec, M-O-T-E-C, who makes I think it's called telemetry equipment for really high-end race cars and all kinds of experimental equipment throughout the world. And these guys have their equipment being used on engines that are running at 2,000 parts air, right? 2,000 parts air to 1 part fuel. Now that is lean to me. 2,000 parts air to 1 part fuel. That's beautiful. Now to me that sounds like that idea of the extreme energy density that both Aquatune was talking about with their new product that hasn't come out, and they don't even talk about it anymore because the company was sold. I don't even know if the new owners know about that product. You know, who knows? I don't know. They don't seem to talk about it on the website. I haven't seen anything where it's 100 times more potent than gasoline, right? 100 times more potent when it goes through the system, right? But like I told Aquatune back with the previous owners, I said, well, that sounds like the GEAT fuel processor. GEAT fuel processor, Global Environmental Energy Technology, right? Global Environmental Energy Technology can break apart the water molecule, but it breaks anything apart, but it absolutely loves anything with hydrogen, right? Did you know that 99% of the molecules in the human body are water? And when I say that, people go, oh, isn't it 3/4 of the body's water? And I'm like, no, we're not talking about like, I think what's called volume, right? Like the volume, like, right? 3/4 water. It's what molecules, like if we count all the molecules in the body, we look at all the molecules, what are the molecules? What are they in the body? And 99% of the molecules are water, right? 99% are water. I have to say, I never realized how many people hike up here. A lot of people hike up here every day. I mean, what a great gift this park is, right? Griffith Park. And it's a gift for humanity. It's a gift for everyone. And people come here to get healthy, to experience the joy of nature, the poetry of nature, the beauty of nature. It's wonderful, isn't it? So, I forgot what I was saying. I might get some water out right now. Not sure. Probably should. See if I can get my backpack off without like loosening everything. I have it on kind of tight right now. Now I have to loosen it. I tightened it when I put it on. So I put it on and then I tightened the straps. So it's not hanging way down. But that means I have to loosen it, apparently, to be able to get the backpack off so I can get my water bottle out. It is nice to be able to tell the camera when to start and when to stop the video. That is nice. I just have to be careful what I say because I don't want to end the video I don't want it to end before I want it to, right? Oh, that's my charger. That's my J1772 to 5-15. And the 5-15 is where the Roger charger plugs into, the V4 SC. And the 5-15 is where, oh no, the Roger charger plugs into the 5-15, and then the electric vehicle charging station level 2 is where the J1772 plugs into, which is the other plug. that doesn't look like a regular wall plug, right? Okay, well, I'm looking for my water. I'm going to go over here to this bench. Oops. So it is true that the electric unicycle, I think, looks intimidating and impossible. Like someone might think they can't ride it, right? They might think that. They might think I can't ride that, right? To themselves, right? But in actuality, if a person gives themselves the chance to learn it, right? Try to imagine for a moment, like, imagine that imagine that you're like thinking with your mind, and you're like, I want to make my heart beat, right? Or I want to make my lungs breathe. Well, we can make our lungs breathe, but we can't. Making the heartbeat would be hard. I don't think we can do that. But like the body just does it automatically, right? I think riding the electric unicycle is similar to that, because I'm just like riding it, and I just learned to ride it by riding it. Now this doesn't have the best lid on it, so I hope it doesn't come off inside my bag. I think someday I'll get a water bottle holder. Let's see if it'll stay in here. Maybe it'll stay right there. That might work. It might fall over. Hopefully it doesn't leak though. But if it does, it's just water, right? So if anyone's interested in learning to ride an electric unicycle, I would say give yourself the chance to learn it. And it doesn't even mean you have to keep riding it. If you just want to learn and then stop, you can. But I will say that once you just do it, it's really, to me, it's easier than walking. Like, it's just, literally riding a bike is harder than riding this when you learn it. Like, if you haven't learned it, then it seems impossible, right? So I would say keep that in mind. And people of all ages ride these. There was a man that was in his 80s, and he looked like he could barely walk, and he learned to ride one. There's a YouTube video of that. I made a playlist of it. I forgot what I called it though. Okay, let's see. What am I doing here? Is this right? Sometimes it's hard to get the pads in the right direction. Okay, I got it. Okay. So we have to think about what path we're going to take now. Okay, I'm tightening the backpack up. Okay, everyone, so it's still cool out, even though the sun's up pretty high. Let's see what time it is right now. It's 10:10 in the morning. That's the Hollywood sign over there. People just love that sign. Let's have a look at it. People love the Hollywood sign, right? See all the expressions they make? Now, Hollywood sign, if you look at the history of it, it used to be Hollywood Land, right? Isn't that interesting? Hollywood Land. And now it's just Hollywood. They took land off. I was just reading the sign that said no fires and no smoking. When we were riding on a big group ride in the, I think it was last Sunday, there was a fire in the canyon, and we saw the lightning hit the mountain, which is what caused the fire. What was confusing was that the lightning kept striking the mountain over, like, repeatedly. And I don't really understand that. I don't understand how. There's a couple things that I don't understand. One is how the lightning struck straight down. One of the things it also did was, imagine a straight line and then it stops, so there's no line here, and then a straight line again of lightning, right? So lightning, and then no lightning, and then lightning again. So it went like that, like I don't know what to call that. Like, how could the lightning be interrupted by space and then start up again? Now, and what does that say about space? What does that say about, like, you ever think of a spark gap? It reminds me of a spark gap, right? So you have that spark coming through the material of space, I'll call it, and then interrupted by what? And then continuing again and hitting the mountain. And wow, did it hit the mountain hard. And it absolutely ignited that mountain. It ignited it, right? Lightning is powerful. So, now sadly, there was a near accident with the electric unicycles. We were riding in a group, and a fire truck, I'm going to call it, but it wasn't like a big fire truck. It was not the full size one. It was more like I don't know what it was called, like, or what they carry on that kind of truck, but it was much smaller than the full size fire trucks. I don't think this one had water. I think it probably had supplies. But this truck was on the wrong side of the lane. It crossed the double yellow line. There's a video of it. I saved it in the playlist. It crossed the double yellow line on a blind corner, and here comes the unicycles. Now, if that was another truck coming, it would have been a head-on collision. If the truck coming the other way, like the way we were going, if it was going that way, if it was close to that double yellow line, there would have been a head-on collision. So this is one of the things that we're taught in life, is to not have an accident while we're helping someone, right? So that truck, see that lady, she seemed friendly, so I waved to her because it seemed like she was looking, and so to me it's like I'll try waving and see what happens. So to me, that truck, by them rushing so fast, they had to cut across that double yellow line on a blind corner where they can't see what's around the corner. Imagine if they had hit the electric unicycles head on. Imagine if they had hit another truck head on, right? Or a motorcycle head on, if there was a motorcycle coming around that corner. Motorcycles often, watch Dan the Fireman. We see fatalities in there. We see it in those videos. What happens on the corner is a motorcycle will be coming around a corner too fast for their skill level, or they lose traction, and they cross the double yellow, right? And they have a head-on collision. Well, with this truck coming, the paramedic, I'm going to call him paramedic, but it was the fire truck. When he came around the corner on our side of the lane, I don't know how many feet over he was, but he was definitely across both lines, and probably like a foot into the other lane at least, maybe more, or a couple feet, I think, actually. But check for yourself by watching the video and pausing it and taking screenshots or whatever you have to do. But if there was a motorcycle coming around that corner at the edge, let's say he was at the edge of that line, that would have been a head-on collision. Now, that truck was, I think, driving that way because he was in a rush to get to the fire, right? But you don't want to kill people on the way to helping people, right? I'm going to keep talking about that. And what I wrote in the comment there is, if someone wants to escalate that so that maybe they can recommend more training for the drivers to not cross that line on blind corners. Now, we know that ambulances and fire trucks will cross the yellow line like in cities. When it's an open area, you can see what's coming, but never on a blind corner. And I've never seen or heard of that, but it seemed totally normal to that truck. That truck, just crossed right over. Like, I go, whoa. And I was in the back of that group. I was toward the back, and I saw what happened, and then I saw the video later that confirmed exactly what I saw. So anyway, should we do some more paths? I drank some water, and we can look and see what there is if we continue. It's a big park, Griffith Park. Okay, everyone, let's go ahead. Here, it's amazing, the weather right now. It's 10:10 in the morning. Well, it's probably around 10:15 or so right now. And what we have is, the weather is still fairly cool. The breeze that I feel is a cool breeze, which is really nice. It's not too hot yet, and I don't know if it's going to heat up later in the day. I don't know that. But I do want to say how excited I am to be able to share my voice with you, to be able to share my thoughts with you. I'm going to change the subject a little bit by saying I don't have kids yet. But when I share my thoughts with the world, I kind of feel like I'm it feels like it feels special to me, like I think I'm saying that after just talking about not having kids, because when I was a kid, life felt very special to me. And it's nice to be able to share how special life is to me with you. It's nice to share that. And I really do think that we can work together as a world, and that we can make a world that doesn't destroy each other to get our needs met. I think we can do it. And now there's going to be a lot of people that may want to continue fighting because they're so angry about the past. And I totally understand. I get it. Okay, it's like people have suffered. There's so much darkness that has happened, right? But we also know that we all want to build a new day, right? Like, what if our needs could be met, whatever our needs are, right? And we build. I think I'm going the wrong way. I don't think that goes anywhere, and I don't think that goes anywhere. I'm gonna have to turn around. Okay, so I went the wrong way right now. I mean, I can go down, and that will take me out of the park, but I don't really want to go out of the park right now. That's not what I want. I want to stay in the park and take more paths, right? I could practice going backwards right here, though. Look at me trying to keep my balance. Oh boy. Let's see if I can go backwards right now. Oops. Oh, that was quite a save. Look what I almost did. I'm going to get hurt. I didn't realize I was so close to the edge right there. I do that a lot going backwards. I don't know what's behind me. And my mind is really focused on just staying balanced. And it's hard for me to just, I'll call it distract myself with what's behind me. I need to know what's behind me. It's like, no, I'm trying to stay balanced right now. Now, as a challenge, I can intentionally go through this really slippery part of the sand. It's very slippery. It makes the unicycle like turn really easy. It wants to turn and slide out. But imagine you're standing on the wheel. You're standing on the wheel. Now, nothing else has that. Bicycles, you don't stand on top. Your weight's not on top of one wheel. It's between two wheels, right? So the electric unicycle has so much more stopping power, I think, than a bicycle. I think it does. Now, I could be wrong about that, but from what I've read and from what I've seen, because there was someone that was testing this, like, because people said, how do you stop? They don't stop good. These things are dangerous. I think I made a video of my mechanic. I'm not sure if I did, but I thought I made a video of my mechanic saying, but even if I didn't, I'll tell you what he said. He's like, motorcycles are dangerous. I'm paraphrasing because he said it in his own way, but he was absolutely terrified. He said, motorcycles are like really dangerous, right? Motorcycles. He said, but this is like off the map to him. Like, it's not even measurable. It's immeasurable how dangerous it is. Now, what is he telling me, right? He's telling me what he feels. Okay, it's not based on like data, research, analysis. It's not based on information in the world. It's based on his emotion, what he feels. Like, he looks at it and goes, oh my gosh, there's no handlebars, there's no brakes. Well, the whole thing is a motor and the whole thing is a brake. The motor is a brake, right? So it really stops very, very fast when you need to, you know. And like some people say, like, oh, well, how fast is it? Well, I'd say, yeah, it has the capability of going fast, right? Just like sports cars, right? Sports cars that can do like hundreds of miles an hour, right? But how are you using it, right? Like, I was reading an article that said they want to make cars. They've been pushing for this for a long time. It always comes back up, right? They want to make cars where they can't go over 10 miles per hour over the speed limit. Like, it just disables them, right? Or it doesn't allow. It's like a speed limiter, right? Because we have so many accidents, automobile accidents, of high speed crashes where kids that just start driving wrap the car around telephone pole, and everyone in the car dies or is never the same. Sometimes there's one survivor that is never the same again, right? Severe mutilation. I mean, just the body is ripped into pieces, right? Even my own accident when I was a kid was someone in a BMW racing, right? And drunk. They were totally drunk. They also had drugs in their system. So alcohol and drugs. And racing the car, right? And they hit me. I almost died. how do I have my body? How can I still use my brain? I mean, all these are gifts to me. They're such big gifts, right? Which is part of the reason, well, I don't know if it's the right way to say it, but I'm driven to share with you, to use my mind as a tool to help this world understand that we can be a worldwide solution-oriented community that works together in collaboration, and then we can work together to reduce pollution, to maximize efficiency, to reduce waste, to reduce inefficiency, right? Reduce inefficiency, right? How do we maximize efficiency, simultaneously reduce inefficiency? I think that's the way to say it. Okay, I have to be careful on your left. I have to be careful right here because it's wet, and where it's wet, it's slippery, right? Okay, I don't know if this place is open yet. Okay, I found my way back up to the observatory. I see water in the grass. So I'm like, oh, I'll wash my tire, right? The grass can clean the tire. Well, luckily I have my sunglasses because I went home and picked them up. Without sunglasses, I just can't even function because it's like too bright. Right? It's like blinding brightness. Oh, we have some more people here now. And we have some workers cleaning. Look at this place. I mean, when I see this place, I see a spaceship, right? My imagination, it sees a spaceship. It sees this place as a spaceship to space. And when we go inside, we're exploring the universe, right? That's what I see. So people say when you're a kid, your imagination is extremely powerful, and there's so much, anything's possible as a child, right? They say that, and they say that we lose that as we lose it quickly as we grow up. And my focus growing up was to not only never lose the gift of imagination, right, but to accelerate exponentially the capacity of the mind to imagine, right? Accelerate exponentially, if possible, with each thought, with each day, with each project, right? Each thought experiment project. So there's a park ranger right there. So it's all about safety, public safety. If you just think about that and put yourself in the shoes of the public safety enforcers, then it may help to imagine that if we behave safely, I'm using that word, but what I mean is just to not scare people and to not put people in danger, that it makes sense that there would be no reason to, if I say it this way, to be stopped. Right? If I say it that way. Other than to say hi to the rangers. But they're kind of busy. I think they're a little bit busy to say hi. They're a little busy. They're busy with many, many responsibilities. And we don't need to add to their responsibilities by being irresponsible ourselves, right? So we can be responsible. Which was pointed out to me in the past, that responsible means to be able to respond. Which sounds like that's something that we acquire, right? We acquire the capacity to be able to respond appropriately to something. So being responsible seems like it's an educated journey, like we learn, something we learn. Oh, there goes the bicycles. See how fast they're going? Now I do want to see how fast they're going, so I'm gonna try to master speed. I wouldn't be surprised if I couldn't keep up with them. I've seen these guys do close to 50 before. Look, I can't catch. Right now I'm going fast as I can. I can't turn that fast. It's windy right now. The wind's blowing me. I don't know if I can catch those guys. Now remember, bicycles do not have registration, do not have insurance, right? And look how fast they go. And what people say is it has to do with how much damage something can create that you're using. So a bicycle, if it hits something, the person riding the bicycle gets hurt. But the bicycle is not really going to do much damage to anything else, right? Look how far those guys are away from me. And it's windy right now. I can't go much faster than 27 because I'm getting blown by the wind. So I can't catch those guys. Now I'm saying this to put context to when people say, oh, electric unicycles, why don't they have, like, how do you register it? How do you license it? How do you insure it? Well, just look at bicycles, okay? Look at bicycles as a reference point, and I know they're different, but it's a reference point, right? Now, like I was saying to the gentleman earlier, if I can license my electric unicycle and insure it, I would love to do that. I mean, a lot of people probably wouldn't like that, and I'm not saying that it should be done, but if someone chooses to do that, or maybe there's different kind of licensing, right? Like, can you take it on the roads? What speeds you can go? Now, I've had trouble on this road I'm on right now with scooters. I was on a scooter and a woman almost hit me. I need to be careful on this road. I got to be careful here because, like I say in the past, some people are very respectful and some people are not. Now, they turned left right there. Why not? I got battery. I'm gonna see if I can follow them and see where they go. I'm gonna see if I can follow the cyclists. Let's see where we're going here. Yeah, I couldn't catch them. They were going faster than my electric unicycle. These are pedal bikes that we're following right now, but there are also electric bikes, okay? And the operator chooses how fast to go, right? Look at this. These guys are flying. Now, what I've noticed about bicycles, these bicyclists here, is they can go really fast downhill, really fast. I think they could probably do 60 or 70. I'm just guessing. I mean, they are masters of speed. Look, they're gone almost. Look at these guys. Man, they're going fast. Oh shit! I didn't see that bump. A root pushed pushed the ground up. Wow. Look, these guys are gone. Oh shit, it said wrong way. This is a one-way street. Are these guys going on a one-way street? I hope not. No, we can go this way. Okay. So these guys are going faster than I'm comfortable going. I'm trying to keep up with them. Because I want to see where they go. I feel like cyclists go to all the best places. That's how I feel. But they are taking me away from the park. But look at how far away they already got. They went. Okay, we're going to start a new video, everyone. See you in a few seconds. Stop recording.